Up to downshift.
Hello everyone, Dick here. If you've seen my recent videos, you'll know I've recently acquired a 2023 Honda CT125. It is inevitable that if you make a video about a low displacement motorbike, someone will ask about its top speed and how it performs on a motorway. Of course, anyone who has ever ridden a small displacement motorbike for any amount of time already knows the answer to such an elementary inquiry, but for the benefit of the inexperienced or ill-informed, and at great personal risk and discomfort to myself, I present the CT125 on a motorway. Please enjoy.
Now I know this isn't meant for the highway, but we're going to go up onto this elevated A road that turns into an M road. And see how that fares. So 30 miles an hour, the stock speedo is showing 25, 32, 25. 4 speeds. It's chilly out. My fingies are cold. I think there's a whole load of accessories coming out of the Far East for these things, and you can see these things built up like round the world defenders. I'm not inclined to go over the top with farkles and accessories for this, but there are some nice racks that I'd like to put on it over the headlamp to protect that headlamp, and between my legs is a nice rack that you can mount. And I think I'd also get some hand guards as well as some heated grips. I'd be inclined, I mean, the Mutt handled the heated grips all right and the heated gear all right, even with the low voltage on there, so I'd be inclined to say that this could handle some heated grips. Okay, we're coming out to the motorway now. If I don't freeze to death, we'll see what kind of speeds we can get. I'm already in top gear, 41 miles an hour. 45, 47, 50, 51, 51, and the stock speedo showing 39. Stock speedo showing 40. 48, 56, 57, 55. I'm pinned on the accelerator. 55 miles an hour, slight uphill. Stock speedo showing 41. 53, 52, 53 miles an hour, pinned. Do you feel like I'm going a little faster than 53 miles an hour? I don't know how accurate my phone speedo is. 55 it says. I'm overtaking a Merc though. 56. 55. I'm not getting a lot of wind. I'll tell you, I probably get more wind on my Royal Enfield and a lot more vibration on the highway than I am on this thing. I am pinned and I'm going probably about 50 miles an hour. So I am getting some vibration in my seat. I'm not uncomfortable. I don't feel vulnerable out here, but I do feel slow. Not that I feel slow. The only thing that's making me feel slow is the cars blowing by me. I don't feel like I'm going slow, but I am just breaking in this engine, so I'm not going to put a sustained full throttle ride on the highway out here. I just wanted to see how I felt out there on the highway. I did not feel vulnerable. The wind isn't terrible. The vibrations aren't terrible. but I'll tell you, it's probably not an enjoyable ride. Unless you're doing like a quick highway exit to exit run, I wouldn't commute on this thing on the highway. It would not be fun to ride this on the highway for an hour or more, but it's not dismal. I felt better on this on the highway than I do on the mutt. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, 4 gears. So yeah, 50 miles an hour is probably its comfort speed out here on the highway, which is way too slow for UK motorways. Something I wish it had, which it doesn't, is a hazard button. At 50 miles an hour and it's reflecting at 35 on the stock, I'm getting vibration, serious vibration in my ass. Yeah, it's not a highway runner. Actually, we'll go a little further though. It's not a highway runner, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna be hitting some traffic up here and I want to see how it filters. The vibrations in the seat are a surprise on this little thing, especially since the engine is horizontally mounted and is so low off of where the seat is. You know, I get a lot of vibrations in my Royal Enfield because it's a vertical single cylinder, which is just pounding upwards. The vibrations on this are definitely in my seat, but there's a lot happening between the engine and my ass. I know this bike confounds some people. It definitely confounds Fanny. She has expressed a bit of confusion as to why I wanted this as much as I did. At $49.50, it's not an expensive bike in the current market, but it is expensive. You can get a lot more sophisticated pre-owned motorcycle in good nick for the same money that I put down on this. I can understand why people are confounded by this purchase, or why I like this bike, or I was drawn to this bike as much as I was or am. But I'd say there's no accounting for taste, especially for my tastes, and I look forward to owning this for a very, very, very long time. If you are familiar with my channel, then you'll know that I'm not one to sell members of the fleet. I hold on to my bikes, and I like the variety. It's a quirky fleet. It doesn't make sense. It's as confounding as why I want this. I have an affinity towards the bikes in my fleet, and I can foresee, I should say, I can foresee this remaining in the fleet for a very, very long time, if not indefinitely. There's just something about this, and I don't think it's the rarity. I think even if I saw it in a dealership available for sale, I think I would be drawn to it. But this is definitely a 40 miles an hour bike. It doesn't need more, and especially on UK roads, on a lot of UK roads, 40 is speeding. Alright, we're coming up to a 50. It's the 50 speed zone. I'm in top gear, which I think is 4th gear. 45 miles an hour, which feels like I'm going faster than 45 miles an hour.
If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.